The main idea here so far is that Twitter wasn't really a social networking site before Elon Musk bought it. Did you ever think a fight on Twitter could get this bad? Some people have different ideas about what quick means. There are more than two. For now, buckle up because the fight between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg is a huge deal on the internet. What exactly did Musk say about Whoopi that made everyone talk? Talk of a case for $80 million is also in the mix. This case is testing the limits of free speech, platform responsibility, and star power, as seen by Whoopi's strong opposition to Musk's Twitter rules. But here's the catch. This fight might change the way we think about social media in general. Let's talk about the crazy turns and the claimed $80 million lawsuit. There was a big story on the internet that Elon Musk was attacking Whoopi Goldberg and The View for a crazy $80 million. In 2024, the SpaceX fan group on Facebook shared a post that said Elon Musk was suing The View and Whoopi Goldberg for $80 million. This rumor spread quickly. They are not telling the truth about me. The post had a link to a story on spots.com that painted a very clear picture of a heated argument between Musk and Goldberg during what was said to be an appearance on The View. The made-up story says that what started out as a friendly conversation about Musk's new projects quickly turned bad. The story said that Goldberg, who is known for being honest, started to doubt Musk's morals in business and in life. Goldberg was also said to have said that Musk had dangerous goals, did bad business, tried to create a monopoly in the tech industry, and even hurt the Earth with his SpaceX projects. Even though this story has been around for a while, there is no proof that Elon Musk sued Whoopi Goldberg or The View. In fact, a thorough search for solid proof like news stories or court documents did not turn up any that supported this claim. The truth is that this shocking story was made up from scratch. Elon Musk showed Whoopi Goldberg something shocking that no one saw coming. What could the richest person in the world know about one of the biggest stars in Hollywood? Why is he telling everyone about it now? Is there a link that I'm not seeing? What an amazing secret. Or just some old-fashioned drama between Musk and Goldberg? You'll want to hold on tight for this one, because it has so many surprise changes. A website that calls itself a spoof site is where this false story came from. A blog called SpaceX Mania wrote a story about the claimed lawsuit about a year ago. The story was clearly meant to be funny, though. This satirical piece was then shared by other outlets, but it lost its sarcastic tone in the process. The fact that this fake story got around so quickly shows how easy it is for false information to spread in this day and age. A lot of people on social media shared and talked about the story because they thought it was true. The story was first shared on the SpaceX Fan Club Facebook page, which says in its opening that it posts fake news and nothing on the page is real. On the same note, spots.com, the website linked in the Facebook post, has a disclaimer that says all of its material is made up and only for entertainment purposes. This is not the only event like this. A website that checks facts has already talked about similar jokes about Musk and Goldberg on Snopes. There are false reports that Goldberg fought with a U.S. senator on set and that Musk banned author Stephen King from the 10th, which used to be Twitter. It's interesting that this made-up story caught on while real news about Musk's fight with Brazilian officials over X-content moderation was making the rounds. It's possible that this information helped some readers believe the false lawsuit claim. Many people believe this case was made up. This shows how important it is to know how to use the media and check facts in this social media age. It makes the point that people should be careful about what they take in, especially when they see wild claims online. Are you sure Elon Musk just told the truth about Whoopi Goldberg? He did, and you won't want to miss it. What did Elon find out about Whoopi that made everyone talk? Was there something she didn't want to say? Or does this story have more to it than meets the eye? Stay put, because things are about to get exciting. You'll know why Elon couldn't keep quiet any longer by the end of this movie. I promise you that you will want to hear this whole thing. There is nothing we are keeping from you. What Whoopi Goldberg said about Elon Musk. Whoopi Goldberg is a famous performer and a strong supporter of social justice. Became famous when she told the world on The View that she was leaving Twitter. Because Elon Musk took over the social media site, this choice had to be made. Musk made changes that made Goldberg angry, and she told him, "I'm taking the day off because I just feel like it's so messy." She continued to say that she was sick of seeing attitudes that had been blocked before coming back on the site. The show brought up the problems with Musk's control of Twitter, like how he decided to charge for blue check verification and how he suspended comic Kathy Griffin for pretending to be him on a fake account. Goldberg's words showed that some users were becoming more worried about where the platform was going under Musk's leadership. Goldberg had more bad things to say about Musk than just how he ran Twitter. She also spoke out against Musk and Tesla about their roadside help program in a different situation. Goldberg talked about a personal experience she had with her Tesla on another episode of The View. She did this to show what she saw as major problems with the company's customer service system It was pointed out that Tesla cars don't come with extra tires and that the company tells customers to email for help instead of talking to them directly. Goldberg spoke straight to Musk and told him, "You, Elon, have bought a piece of Twitter anyway. I'm sending you a tweet from here. Please take some of my money and make a roadside help thing that doesn't make me look for a signal." Goldberg stressed how dangerous this could be, especially for older drivers or people who live in remote places. She said, "It seems like a crazy problem, but the truth is, I would be very scared if this happened to me on top of a road on a mountain sunny Austin." Her co-host agreed with these worries by talking about a similar incident her husband had with his Tesla. People in the crowd had a range of responses to Goldberg's criticism. Some viewers agreed with her assessment of Twitter's changing mood and supported her choice to leave. Others saw her stance as showing she couldn't stand different points of view. Someone commented, "Right now there are people on Twitter who believe things that Whoopi Goldberg does not believe. She can't be on the same platform as those people." This event led to a larger conversation about what tolerance and free speech mean on social media sites. Some saw Goldberg's departure as a sign of how divisive online debate was becoming, while others saw it as her taking a moral stand against what she saw as bad leadership. Goldberg's criticism of Musk and his businesses shows how complicated the relationship is between famous people, social media, and corporate responsibility. People paid more attention to user safety, customer service, and the role of tech leaders in shaping public debate after she spoke on The View. As the fight goes on, it shows how important it is for tech billionaires like Musk to make smart choices, can have on how people feel and what they do. Elon Musk's changes to Twitter. Since Elon Musk bought Twitter, the verification method on the site has changed in big ways. The biggest change is that the blue checkmark method has been reworked. Before, these checkmarks were only given to famous figures who had been independently verified. But now, anyone can buy a verified checkmark by signing up for Twitter Blue for $8 a month. Since the old and new blue checkmarks look the same, it's hard to tell the difference between real public figures and paying members. Some people don't like the new verification method because they think it could make it easier for people to fake their identities and spread false information. As soon as it came out, people bought checkmarks to pretend to be famous people like Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani. Taliban members were able to buy blue checks, which was a very worrying development. The checks were later taken away after public outrage. Musk added more levels of proof to deal with some of these problems. Gold checks now show that an account belongs to a business, while gray checks show that an account belongs to the government or a politician. Despite these efforts, the new system has been made fun of by many, which has made people worry about the platform's reliability. Musk has also made big changes to how he moderates content, which fits with his claim that he is an absolute supporter of free speech. Because of this change, accounts that were blocked have been allowed back. This includes the Babylon Bee and author Jordan Peterson's accounts. But this focus on free speech has been criticized for making hate speech and anti-transgender speech more likely to happen on the site. Have not been without trouble. In December, Twitter shut down the accounts of several writers who were critical of Musk's ownership. These accounts were later brought back online. This event showed how Musk's actions as Twitter's owner don't always match up with his words about free speech. To ease people's worries about content moderation, Musk said that he was going to create a content moderation board with people who have different opinions on the matter. In a tweet, he made it clear, though, that Twitter's rules for content filtering had not changed at that time. A lot of famous people and other high-profile accounts have been affected by the changes Musk has made to Twitter. A lot of people are unhappy with the new verification method and the way the platform feels in general. A number of famous people and public leaders have said they are leaving Twitter because Musk changed the rules. One example is when Whoopi Goldberg said Musk's Twitter was a mess and said she was leaving the site. In the same way, Trent Reznor said that he was going because the environment was too toxic. The changes have also changed how famous people talk to their fans. There were reports from well-known Twitter users that the feature that shows notifications from verified accounts is no longer helpful since anyone can pay for a blue checkmark. Surprisingly, Twitter returned verification badges to many famous people just days after removing blue checkmarks from VIP users. Many of them made it clear that they did not ask for or want the new badge. This change has made it even harder to understand what verification means and how useful it is on the site. The loss of celebrities and the confusion over verification have caused Twitter's advertising income to drop by a large amount. More than 500 advertisers have stopped spending money on the site, which has caused daily revenue to drop by 40%. This effect on money shows how important it is for celebrities to use the platform and trust its business plan. What happens when Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg, two very public figures, run into each other? It looks like Elon felt the need to reveal the whole thing because of something so crazy. Trust me, it's big. Why did Elon call out Whoopi? What's the real story behind this shocking turn of events? Did Whoopi have something to hide that Elon couldn't ignore? It's hard to believe the links, the drama, and the reasons Elon chose to speak out. Wait for us, because this is a thrilling ride that you'll want to keep going until the very end. The truth is going to come out. It's even stranger than you think, because sarcasm is so powerful these days. Satire has changed into new forms and become more influential than ever before in the digital age. Something that happened recently between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg is a great example of how quickly satire can become taken seriously. The story came from a website that calls itself a satire site. It told a made-up story about Musk fighting Goldberg and The View for $80 million. The satirical piece was then picked up by other sites, such as the SpaceX Fan Club Facebook page, which shared it without the satirical context that it was written in. Even though the SpaceX Fan Club page says in its opening that the posts are satire and nothing on the page is real, they helped spread false information. Similarly, Spots.com, the website that was linked to in the Facebook post, has a disclaimer that says all of its content is made up and only for fun. But casual readers often don't notice these warnings, which lets false information spread quickly. The ability of social media to go global has made satire more powerful, and it can be hard to tell the difference between fiction and reality. In this case, the fake story that Musk was fighting Goldberg spread quickly, while real news of Musk's fight with Brazilian authorities over Twitter content moderation spread. It's possible that this information helped some readers believe the false lawsuit claim. This event brings to light a much bigger problem in the digital world we live in now: how easy it is for false information to spread. It only takes a few hits for stories that haven't been checked out or are completely false to spread across the internet, quickly getting to millions of people. An awful lot of people on social media quickly shared and talked about the story as if it were true, even though there was no real proof or reliable news sources to back it up. This fake news spread really quickly, which shows how hard it is to keep up with the truth in this age of fast messaging. No matter how true it is, content that goes viral can change people's minds and the way they talk in public. This brings up a very important question. How can we teach people how to use media better so they can find more accurate information? It's getting harder to tell the difference between news, stories, and gossip in a world where they are always being spread. People are getting more and more information from social media, so it's important for people to learn how to think critically about what they read and share. You have to do more than just spot fake news. But now that we know how these stories get around so quickly and why we believe them so easily, it is up to both people and platforms to make sure that what goes around online is real. A stark reminder of how important it is to know how to use the media in the digital age is how many people believe the fake case. It makes the point that people should be careful about what they take in, especially when they see wild claims online. At this level of media literacy, there are a few things that can go wrong. One big problem is that not enough people know what media literacy is and why it's important. A lot of people need to learn how important it is to think critically about the information they find online. The digital gap between people who have access to technology and people who don't can also make it harder for some people to learn how to use media properly. It could make current inequality worse. It's getting harder and harder for people to tell the difference between fact and fiction as fake news and false information spread. This problem is made worse by how quickly technology changes, which means that teaching media literacy needs to be done in new ways. New tools are being used, like virtual and augmented reality, may help people learn these important skills in fun and interesting ways. To deal with these problems, we need a multifaceted strategy. Teachers should teach students how to use media properly as part of their regular lessons so that they can start learning these skills early on. But more than just teachers are responsible for promoting media literacy. Media workers, policymakers, and parents are also responsible. When these groups work together, they can help make sure that everyone has access to correct information and knows how to use the media properly. In the end, the Musk and Goldberg event shows how powerful satire can be in the digital age. This shows how important it is to learn more about media literacy right away. As the world becomes more connected and full of information, being able to think critically about media messages has become an important skill for getting through modern life and taking part in a healthy society. Exodus of famous people from Twitter. Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter has caused a lot of famous people to leave the site. Grey's Anatomy creator Shonda Rhimes was one of the first to say she was leaving. She tweeted to her nearly 2 million fans that she wouldn't be waiting around for whatever Elon had planned. Grammy Award-winning singer Sarah Bareilles did the same thing, telling her 2.8 million followers that she was leaving the site. A lot of well-known people have left Twitter or said they were going to leave, expressing a variety of concerns about Elon Musk's direction for the site. For example, Whoopi Goldberg spoke out against Twitter on The View, saying that it was a mess after Musk took it over. In the same way, Elton John quit because he was worried about how the platform spread false information, which is a big problem that worries a lot of users. When supermodel Gigi Hadid deleted her account, she said that Twitter was a cesspool of hate and bigotry, which shows how unhealthy the site had become for some people. The musician Trent Reznor also said mean things about the site, calling it a dangerous place to be, which made him decide to leave. Jim Carrey said goodbye in a creative way by posting an animated movie of his art as his last message. This added a personal touch to his departure. Jack White also wrote a long note saying why he could no longer stay on the platform. He shared the views of many others who think that Twitter's new direction has taken away from its original spirit. These changes show a larger feeling of disappointment among important users who used to find value in the app. Many famous people have left Twitter since Elon Musk took it over, which shows that a lot of them are worried about the platform's new direction. Different people leave for different reasons, but there are some common themes that keep coming up. Content moderation has been a big problem since Musk took over. Stars like Toni Braxton have been worried about the rise in hate speech, saying that it is not okay to say hateful things under the guise of free speech. A lot of people who are leaving are also worried about the rise in false information. For instance, Elton John brought up the platform's recent policy changes, saying that they would let false information spread freely, which he could not agree with. The general mood on Twitter is also something that some people don't like. This morning, Gigi Hadid deleted her account because she saw it as a place where hate and racism thrive, while Trent Reznor said the site was harmful and that he needed to leave for his own mental health's sake. Another big reason people have left is that they don't agree with Musk's policies. Jack White publicly disagreed with Musk's choice to allow accounts that had been banned to return, and in a long message he explained why he was leaving the platform. Last but not least, the controversial changes to Twitter's identification system have made a lot of users angry. Some people think that the addition of paid blue checkmarks, which let anyone buy verification, hurts the system's integrity, which has made celebs even more unhappy. These problems have caused a lot of people to leave the site, which used to be very popular. It keeps changing in ways that many of its most famous users can't even recognize. The departure of famous Twitter users has had a number of obvious effects on the way the platform works. First, the platform's community and content focus have changed in a big way. As well-known people like Whoopi Goldberg, Elton John, Gigi Hadid, Trent Reznor, Jim Carrey, and Jack White leave, the platform may start to have fewer users with big names. This could change the type of content and talks that happen on it. This move has also hurt Twitter's ability to make money from ads. Over 500 advertisers have pulled their money out, which has caused a sharp drop in ad spending. This has caused a staggering 40% drop in daily income. The loss of users has an effect on Twitter's finances and its capacity to find and keep advertising. The way people think about Twitter has also changed. Because of the high-profile exits, a lot of people are questioning the platform's setting and its ability to create a good place to be. This change in how people see things could affect user trust and involvement, which would make the platform's problems even worse. It's also possible that the lack of verified and well-known public figures could hurt the quality and trustworthiness of the material on Twitter. There is a chance that false information and low-quality material will spread more if there are fewer authoritative voices. Finally, these changes are making Twitter rethink its plans and change with the times. It's possible that the platform will need to add new features or rules to get and keep users and marketers. People will be paying close attention to Twitter's growth as it deals with these changes and the problems that come with losing famous users. The fact that famous people are leaving Twitter is a big problem for the site now that Musk is in charge. As things continue to develop, it remains to be seen how these moves will affect Twitter's future and whether the service can change to keep its important users and keep its place in the social media world. Freedom of speech vs. platform duty. Elon Musk bought Twitter, which has since been renamed X, because he thought it wasn't living up to its promise as a place for free speech. He said that this goal was very important for the future of civilization, and that it was very important to have a public platform that everyone could trust. Musk wants to turn X into a digital town square, where important issues for the future of humanity can be discussed. Musk has taken some controversial steps to make this idea come true. A lot of famous people, like comic Kathy Griffin, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, and neo-Nazi Andrew Anglin, have had their accounts unbanned by him. This move fits with Musk's view that almost everyone has the right to an X account, even if their ideas are harmful or silly. Musk's method, on the other hand, has been heavily criticized. Because of what he did, some say the site is less safe and more likely to spread false information and hate speech. Critics say that Musk's informal and personal method to content moderation is not based on facts or is not legitimate. Some people are worried that Musk's way of running the company will make it harder for the platform to handle tough censorship problems. Yoel Roth, who used to be Twitter's head of site security, said that Musk's lack of control over content moderation has made the site less safe. He said that there aren't enough people working there who understand how bad people are always trying to cheat the system in ways that computers can't catch. The argument over X shows how hard it is for social media sites to balance free speech with their duty to be responsible. While Musk supports a broad understanding of free speech, some critics say that this can cause harmful material to spread and user safety to decline. Experts say that there are different ways to moderate material that work well. Jen Lim, CEO of Delivering Happiness, talks a lot about how important it is to make workplaces where people and business come first. She wants decision-making to be done with more empathy, even when things are hard, like when people are laid off. There are also questions about the role of social media in public debate that come up because of the X scandal. Some people say that private companies should be responsible for properly moderating material, while Musk sees X as a digital town square. Roth says that to make sure there is openness and accountability, lawmakers should make platforms share data with academics and researchers. It's clear that social media companies are still having a hard time finding the right mix between free speech and platform responsibility as the debate goes on. For example, the current situation at X shows how hard it is to run a global website while also protecting users' rights to free speech. You likely didn't think you'd hear the names Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg together, did you? They had a fight, and she quit the X app because of it. Is there a reason for this? You should watch this video all the way through because it will make you question everything you thought you knew. You don't want to miss a thing. Let's get started. How fights between celebrities change the way people talk. Star fights, like the one that just happened between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg, have a big effect on the fans of both people involved. People who follow these famous people often become divided, with fans taking sides and getting into heated arguments on a variety of platforms. These fights are more than just fun, they shape public opinion and can even affect how people talk about politics and social issues. For Musk and Goldberg, their difference over Twitter's rules has caused a lot of heated debate among their fans. Many of Goldberg's friends understand why she decided to leave Twitter, saying it was messy and she was worried about how the platform's atmosphere was changing. Some people who supported her have now decided not to use the site anymore. This shows how much power celebrities have over their fans' actions. The media is a big part of making star fights more public, and they often become big stories that stay in the news for days or even weeks. This kind of in-depth coverage can have big effects, changing how people talk about many different problems. In the disagreement between Musk and Goldberg, the media have talked a lot about Goldberg's decision to leave Twitter and her criticisms of Musk's leadership. The news coverage has not only made people more aware of the problems, but it has also led to bigger conversations about free speech, platform duty, and the place of social media in society. It's not just standard media that has this effect. People argue about these issues on social media sites where they share news stories, opinion pieces, and their own personal thoughts about the fight. This puts the issue at the top of the public's mind by keeping people involved. In this day and age, one of the biggest effects of star feuds is that they create and strengthen echo chambers on social media sites. These echo chambers can help spread fake information, rumors, or misleading information that is bad for society. Studies have shown that people who use social media often surround themselves with people and material that agree with their own. This is called an echo chamber when there are feuds between celebrities. This effect is especially clear because fans of each side tend to gather in separate online places, strengthening the views they already have and possibly becoming even more set in their ways of thinking. This problem has been shown by the fight between Musk and Goldberg. People who support each person often talk to each other separately and rarely talk to people who disagree with them. This separation of speech can make things more divisive and make it harder for people to see things from different points of view. Causes and effects of these echo chambers, they can change how people think about bigger problems like free speech, content moderation, and the role of technology in society. Users who are more set in their beliefs find it harder and harder to have productive conversations and come to an agreement. Even though there isn't direct proof that social media echo chambers make political divisions worse, experts still say to be careful. Many social media researchers and lawmakers are still worried that these echo chambers could make biases stronger and keep people from hearing different points of view. In the end, fights between famous people like the one between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg change the way people talk about a lot of things. They have an effect on fans, are amplified by the media, and help create echo chambers on social media. As these disagreements continue to shape online conversations, it becomes more crucial for users to be aware of these patterns and actively seek out different points of view to keep a balanced view of complicated problems. This is the end of the movie. Thanks for seeing. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to get more. Click on the movie that comes up next to read more exciting stories.